Since the dawn of human curiosity, Jupiter has haunted our imagination like a myth made real. It glows in the night sky as a pale yellow lantern, brighter than almost every star, moving slowly, deliberately, like a celestial sovereign patrolling the heavens. Ancient civilizations treated it with reverence. The Babylonians called it the Star of Marduk. The Romans named it after their king of gods. To them, Jupiter wasn't just a planet. It was power, authority, chaos wrapped in majesty. And yet, for all its brilliance, Jupiter remained untouchable, a world too distant, too violent, too mysterious for humanity to fully grasp. Even when early telescopes revealed its stripes and storms, they only hinted at the staggering complexity hidden beneath those shifting clouds. But then NASA changed everything. In 2016, a solitary spacecraft named Juno arrived after a 5-year journey through the void. Its mission was simple to describe, but nearly impossible to execute: to dive into the most dangerous radiation environment in the solar system and uncover the true nature of Jupiter. What Juno found was not just a planet. It was a revelation, a world so strange, so immense, so wildly different from anything we expected, that it reshaped our understanding of what a planet can be. From telescopes on Earth, the Great Red Spot always looked like a smooth, oval blot, mysterious, quiet, almost serene. But as Juno plunged overhead, cameras captured something far more dramatic: a swirling vortex of violent winds, towering cloud walls, and atmospheric layers stacked like a colossal, rotating canyon. This storm is older than every human alive today, older than the United States, older than the printing press. For at least 350 years, it has raged across Jupiter's face, surviving the rise and fall of empires on Earth. And Juno learned why. The storm isn't shallow. It extends hundreds of kilometers downward, its energy fed by the planet's internal heat and the chaotic motion of deeper atmospheric layers. The storm's scarlet hue, shifting from crimson to salmon to pale rose, is not a permanent signature, but the chemical fingerprint of sunlight interacting with complex molecules dredged up from Jupiter's depths. The Great Red Spot is not a stain on Jupiter. It is an open window into its soul. Before Juno, scientists imagined Jupiter's poles to be chaotic maelstrom, storms swirling randomly, devoid of order. But when the spacecraft sent back its first polar mosaic, humanity witnessed something no one had predicted. Jupiter's poles are geometric. At the North Pole, 8 enormous cyclones, each the size of a continent, form a perfect ring around a central storm. They do not merge. They do not drift apart. They orbit one another like petals in a cosmic flower, held in place by forces we only partially understand. At the South Pole, 6 cyclones form a nearly symmetrical hexagon, an arrangement so precise it feels architectural, almost artificial, though it is entirely natural. How can storms the size of continents avoid merging for years? How do their boundaries maintain crisp edges despite Jupiter's immense turbulence? The answer lies in the interplay of Coriolis forces, rapid planetary rotation, and deep atmospheric layers. But even now, the details remain an unfolding mystery. Jupiter's poles are not chaotic. They are clockwork, violent, rotating mandalas of gas and power. Lightning on Earth is powerful, but Jupiter's lightning dwarfs it. Juno's sensors captured bolts up to thousands of times stronger, cutting through Jupiter's clouds with explosive brilliance. But even stranger was their location. On Earth, lightning mostly strikes in warm tropical regions. But on Jupiter, lightning clusters near the poles, in regions cold enough to freeze our atmosphere solid. Why? Because Jupiter's heat does not come from the sun. The giant planet radiates more energy than it receives. Heat rising from its core creates convection currents that churn the atmosphere from below. Near the poles, these updrafts smash water and ammonia droplets together, generating electrical storms of staggering intensity. These bolts illuminate Jupiter's dark clouds like momentary worlds of their own, vast caverns of vapor lit by bursts of raw electricity. Beneath Jupiter's colorful cloud belts lies a world unlike any on Earth. A world where pressure rises so enormously that hydrogen atoms collapse into an entirely new state of matter. Jupiter does not have a surface. There is no land, no ocean, no place to stand. Instead, falling deeper is like descending through increasingly exotic forms of gas, fluid, and ultimately, metal. Juno confirmed that Jupiter contains a massive global ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen, shimmering, conductive, and unimaginably hot. In this churning metallic sea, electrons move freely, generating Jupiter's magnetic field, a magnetic field 20,000 times stronger than Earth's, so immense it would be visible from our planet were it a beam of light. This metallic ocean is not a metaphor. It is real, a sea made of the universe's most abundant element transformed into something electric, alien, and impossibly beautiful. For decades, scientists pictured Jupiter's core as a dense ball of rock and ice, a simple, solid center beneath layers of gas. But Juno's gravity measurements shattered that idea. Instead of a compact core, Jupiter has a diffuse one, a sprawling region where heavy elements are mixed with metallic hydrogen, forming a fuzzy, diluted center that spreads across half the planet's radius. How did this happen? The leading theory is as dramatic as it is ancient. In the early solar system, Jupiter may have collided with a protoplanet, a young world perhaps 10 times the mass of Earth. The impact shattered Jupiter's primordial core, dispersing it through the planet's interior. Jupiter is not only a survivor, it is a reconstruction, a giant whose heart still bears the scars of a cosmic catastrophe billions of years old. Earth's auroras are fleeting, gentle curtains of green and violet dancing in polar skies. Jupiter's auroras are something else entirely, colossal rings of glowing energy that burn day and night, never fading, never resting. Powered partly by the solar wind, but driven mostly by Jupiter's own rotation and its volcanic moon Io, these auroras emit X-rays strong enough to penetrate spacecraft shielding. Here, charged particles race along magnetic field lines at near-light speeds, slamming into Jupiter's atmosphere and releasing bursts of radiation brighter than any aurora in the solar system. To Juno, these lights weren't just beautiful, they were dangerous. Invisible storms of particles constantly battered the spacecraft, testing its radiation shielding to its limits. So, what did NASA find on Jupiter? Not just storms, not just clouds, not just a giant planet swirling in space. NASA found a world built on extremes. A planet with a metallic ocean deeper than mountains, storms older than human civilization, lightning brighter than any found on Earth, and a core shaped by ancient cosmic violence. NASA found a world where physics bends, where chemistry transforms, where storms arrange themselves into impossible geometries, and where auroras blaze with the power of miniature suns. Jupiter is not merely a planet orbiting the sun. It is a monument to nature's most overwhelming forces, a reminder that our solar system is far stranger, far more dynamic, and far more awe-inspiring than we ever dreamed. And thanks to Juno, The giant that once hid behind clouds and distance is now revealing its secrets, layer by layer, orbit by orbit, inviting us deeper into the cosmic storm.